This is the talk show that takes a no-holds-barred approach to politics, where truth and integrity are the standard and the Constitution honored. From Renaissance Studios, this is Champion News Talk Radio.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net, where you can get all of your latest political news. This is Carol Parisi with our founder, Jack Roeser, and today we have Congressman Joe Walsh as our special guest. Good morning, Jack. How are you?
Good morning. Well, happy.
Happy. And good morning, Congressman Walsh. How are you?
It's great to be here, Carol.
Thank you. Great to have you here. We are going to talk a little bit about what's going on in Washington, what's going on here in Illinois, and let's get into it. Jack, what do you have to say today?
Well, I'm very pleased that Joe Walsh is here. I think most of our audience knows that we unexpectedly elected 5 congressmen in Illinois, and unbelievably, we have 3 more congressmen than the Democrats do. And they deserve a little dose of justice like that. But it's very unexpected, and we got to give credit where credit is due. One of them is the candidate that set the best record of this whole thing. There's a lot to learn from how Joe Walsh got elected, because you had financial difficulties in the beginning. You lost your job and your home, and somebody was talking to me about, well, this guy is financially in bad shape. And I said, yeah, he's the ideal American candidate. Yeah, Americans could go with you. And why did you win? I did a lot of looking at that, and I found out that you spent, about 1/4 as much money as your 3-term elected
Almost
opponent?
a fifth, yeah.
Almost a fifth of the money. You didn't get any money from national or from the state party. You got money from just individuals who were limited to $4,500. So you were the candidate of the big dogs, right? But what did it was the Tea Party people. And that's a tremendous message that they elected you. Because what I found out, because I went looking to see how you won, because there were many people trying to take credit for your win. So unusual. And but what I found out, it was your leadership, no question about it, that you went everywhere and you never changed your tune. You spoke to the issues and you answered the questions straight, and you stood up as an all-American guy that was going to do right by his country, and that you had good sense about the issues. You spoke to it. You hung tough. What I found besides that is people like this one, who was a big leader in the field. She was out there organizing people. There were about 5 other leaders like you that organized groups of people, Tea Party folks mostly, but other people that wanted person to talk straight, and Joe talked straight. But you people, the leadership that you showed, and Carol Ann in the field was brought because he showed leadership. And that was what did it. It wasn't money or any tricks or any goofy business. It was a bunch of American leadership that did it. And
Jack,
I'm going to exit this right away, but there's a big lesson in that for what we're going to do with this next election, with an army of real American citizens that believe in what this country was when it was founded. Well, I've talked on, Joe. Believe it or not, I've talked more than a congressman.
No, but Jack, you make sense. Look, there are 87 Republican freshmen in Washington, and only 1 didn't get any party support, and that's me. I was forced to do it the old-fashioned way, purely with grassroots support. And I often say that what got me elected was I had a message that resonated with a movement that was already out there.
I feel like I'm losing my country.
That's what I began to say, and Carol Ann and hundreds of other people felt the same way, and away we went. And what's interesting, Jack, about right now, I keep telling my leadership in Washington that this movement is continuing to grow.
Oh, yeah. People think, you see them on TV, the news programs, talking about this disorganized bunch. They just don't get it. This bunch is finding itself in the areas where it's at. It's going to be organized for this election.
Well, it's bigger. The movement's bigger than either political party. And look, let's be honest, what they've done is they've given Republicans one last chance to deliver.
Right. Exactly so.
And if we aren't bold enough and we don't deliver these next 2 years, watch the barn door. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's the thing. They this country's on loan to the Republican message right now if they stay tight and stay tough. And we thank you, Joe, for your leadership. I just want to roll back a little bit to the campaign of last year. Because, Joe, you were out.
Feels like that was about 20 years ago.
But how many
Joe,
days
you spent
were
a
you
lot
out?
of time
you were
with
out
a lot of
talking
meetings.
to the people, meetings, healthcare forums, anything that you can get in front of the folks. And you know what the coolest thing is, Congressman Walsh, is you're still doing that today. And you are doing what you said you were going to do. Did you take the government-sponsored healthcare?
No. Look, I am of this movement, and so I went to Washington saying what I thought were some fairly okay things to say. The media reacted as if they were outrageous. I turned down my health care benefits. I turned down my pension benefits. I sleep in my office. I hold more town halls than any member of Congress.
Is that during the day or the night, Joe?
Though news, I mean, 3 weeks ago, my wife purchased an Aero mattress, much more comfortable than the couch. But look, Carol Ann, this is like one of us getting elected.
Exactly.
And it's important that the one of us that gets elected does what he said he'd do. Because again, if this Republican Party, of which I've always been a member, if they don't deliver right now, we are in real trouble that this movement will overtake our party.
Right. Well, our country could be in real trouble if the Republican Party, because really, I don't think a third party, looking back to the Ross Perot phenomenon, I don't know if that is going to be the best thing for America. But
it isn't going to be.
Well,
and last night I saw the danger rear its ugly head. Mr. Trump, who a lot of people, including my wife, think, why, there's somebody that speaks his mind. Isn't that wonderful? I could vote for Mr. Trump, she says. And I hear that now and then. Last night, he turned me off absolutely, totally. You don't want anything to do with Mr. Trump. What did he say that did it so magically in one shot? What he said was, well, none of the candidates seem to be much good, and if it doesn't develop otherwise, I'll run as an independent candidate.
He's not serious, Jack. He's not a serious individual.
He said that.
Yeah.
Listen,
stirring the pot.
it's an old
maybe.
saying, a man all wrapped up in himself is a damn small package. And that guy is all about himself. And he revealed it right smack there, because we don't need another Ross Perot at this time. We escaped with a not too bad a Democrat when Ross Perot caused the defeat of a Republican. But these are desperate days, and we don't need any more of Mr. Obama. It's almost a deadly dose already.
What we need is a candidate who will voice what this movement is concerned about. And the beautiful thing about the Tea Party movement is it's every American who's scared, frustrated, angry, or concerned at the debt we're leaving our kids and our grandkids, at the freedoms we're losing every day. And you bottle that movement, and you have a candidate who voices for that movement, the president can be beaten. But it's got to be a serious candidate who talks to that issue.
You know,
we have
Joe,
to act like real Republicans, which you are doing fine, but there's a lot of Republicans that in this state that just didn't get the idea. You look at what happened to Bill Brady ran for governor. I was present at the Central Committee. I gave money. I was in on the conferences. I was part of the team when it started out. Unfortunately, I wasn't part of the team at the end, because what happened is the team at the top of the Republican Party here in Illinois advised Brady to never say anything that meant anything that Democrats could pick on until after he was elected. They thought he was going to coast through. He never gave anybody a reason to vote for Bill Brady, and that's the plain reason he got defeated. I screamed at him. I had his ear. I could talk to him. I gave him money. He begged for money at the end from me, and I said, not till you get an edge. And he didn't, so I didn't give him any money towards the end. But he had something like 15 millions of dollars from the governors, national governors and other places. He had a lot of money.
Yeah.
But he did it the old way of electing Republicans, and he went down the tubes.
You know, I think what America is looking for are leaders with spines, much like yourself, Congressman Walsh. Somebody who's going to say what they mean what they say, and move it forward. And after the break, we're going to be discussing just that.